'cause we got so much history. Here with you is where I'm meant to be. Even after all the pain, I do it all again. 'Cause we got so much history. We got so much history. Wrapped up in these memories.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on SINCLAIRO. I do see someone's joining the back room. By the way, we are live now, so I will add you in a bit. Not going to reveal who it is, but yeah, it's a he, and he will be joining soon. I just want to say a few things. Big up for support. One of my videos, I think it was the Game Week 1 review or predictions. I got over 100 views and stuff like that. So make sure you guys do subscribe as well. I'm having issues with my subscribers. I keep losing them. I don't know whether it's YouTube taking them away or people unsubbing, but please make sure if you do subscribe, don't unsubscribe. Share the channel to your friends and family. Yeah, also been very consistent on my mix cloud. Just uploaded a mix. SINCLAIRO #38, and I've been doing Who Does This Mixes, 20-minute mix, and Friday Feeling mix, and there'll be another Friday Feeling mix out tomorrow. I do need to still record that. Probably record it tonight because I've got work tomorrow, and I like to upload it, early. Apart from that, SINCLAIRO on SoundCloud doing sped up songs in there. I haven't done one in about 2 weeks, but I'll be active more in there. And make sure you follow my Instagram as well, which I'll shout out later. Arrest will be joining later on, about 20 minutes. We've got 2 guests in the back room. We did want a full panel, but Ryan hasn't replied. Manny hasn't viewed my message. Josh is on the stream right now. Joel can join, and DJ Crazy, aka Elliot, is at festival. Yeah, that's all I can name. I think I did ask Toby; he hasn't replied yet. Yeah, apart from that, let's I don't think I've got anything. Oh, I also got my haircut as well the other day. Gotten a 0 back inside. So yeah, I'm quite sure, probably the shortest I've ever got it. But let's have the guest now. I'm adding him first because he did join in the back room, and I don't want him to be confused like what's happening, why are you live without me? But Chelsea fan, you may know him from as the Added Time podcast. That's what his YouTube is. But his name is JPT. JPT, how you doing?
Hi Ollie, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Just here at home, just gonna take a break off of work, but this little brat is bothering me. She's just up in my face. I had to push her off. But yeah, so if you see my camera on, it's because she's being a brat. But yeah, doing good, bro.
Yeah, big up for coming on, of course.
Man.
Next guest is Kyle, Man United fan. How you doing, Kyle? Kyle, are you there? Oh, he's muted. We'll get back to Kyle. I think he's muted. But yeah, Carl is a Man United fan. You know him as Carl, but he is Football Overseas on his YouTube. Carl, how you doing? Are you there?
Yeah. Well, big up, Oli.
Yeah, big up, man.
For inviting me to the show.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, of course. You're on the last stream, and I think you're on the stream before. I'm not sure.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, and obviously, big up JPT, a regular on the show. I mean, he has missed a few streams.
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
Doing well? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Well, big up to you too.
Yeah, big up. Yeah. So, as I said, we are waiting for a few people. Manny hasn't viewed my link yet, which I was hoping he'd join. The only Arsenal fan joining. Arrest, Man United fan. He hasn't been on the channel for about 4 weeks now. He went on holiday to Turkey, and then he went to Albania for 2 weeks. So he is back, and he will be on the stream about 20 minutes. But yeah, before we get into it, I just want to big up the people who aren't here. Also, big up to Hanno for the thumbnail as well. He always does a good job with the thumbnails. They're completely free. He does them for me every single time. So big up Hanno. Obviously, he's got a stream at 8. So if anyone's joining that, yeah, Josh's got a live as well. So I don't know if anyone's watching that, but I did watch a bit of it. He can't join today. And Elliot is at Queenfields. It's more of like a dance music festival, the DJs and stuff. But yeah, we got all the games to review. Obviously, in a rest stream, I was on that stream. There was about, I want to say 6 people. Oh no, yeah, about 6 people, maybe more. And we only did like the big 6 teams. We did the Arsenal game, Man United game, the Chelsea game. Oh, Carl's gone. He'll probably be back. Oh, we got a comment. Here we go. Big up Arrest talks football. Of course, I think this is either Arrest or Hardeep. But if it is Arrest, obviously Arrest will be joining later on. I did reveal that. I know it's to be a surprise or whatever, but he is joining. I'm going to keep my DMs open because I know you said 20-30 minutes, so hopefully around the half-hour mark or before he'll be in the stream talking about the United game and other games. And as I said, big up yesterday for inviting me on. Great stream. But yeah, who's this in the chat? Man United were terrible. All right, if this guy comments one more time, I'm blocking him. But yeah, we're going to start off with it now. I know there's no.
Sorry, my internet connection went down.
Yeah, no worries, Carl. It's all right. So
I'm saying my internet connection went down.
What's that noise, Carl? Oh, he's muted himself. So Arsenal on Monday night got a win against Crystal Palace, 1-0 win, thanks to an Odegaard penalty. We played well. No, Nketiah hit the post. He tried to chip the keeper and it went over. Odegaard tested Johnson with a good shot. Apart from that, Palace
Did Elanga score?
Who scored?
I'm saying, did the Elanga score?
Did Elanga score? No, I don't think so.
Is Elanga at Palace?
Is he at Palace?
Or is he still with United?
No, he's at Nottingham Forest, Elanga.
Oh,
Yeah.
Make the switch.
Oh,
yeah, but
Elanga didn't score.
Elanga
Moreno
plays
and
Wood. Yeah. But no Arsenal fans.
I thought you continued his. I thought you have continued his goal contributing from.
Oh, do you mean in the Nottingham Forest game, the first game? Yeah, he got the assist in that game. Anyway, so Arsenal, 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace, 2 wins out of 2. Obviously, we beat Nottingham Forest 2-1. Sorry. But we move on. Oh, we've got someone in the back room, of course, Arsenal fan, good timing. It says device connecting. But good win for Arsenal, 2 out of 2 now. Let's keep it going. We've got Fulham at home next, and then the big game against Man United. And here he is, Arsenal fan. Manny, how you doing, Manny?
Yeah, good. Sorry I was a little bit late, but
right,
been dealing with a little bit of back pain today. I wasn't even thinking of coming, but I said to myself, I had to, made a promise.
Yeah, big up. And Manny, it's perfect timing because I was talking about the Arsenal game. Obviously, I know you said in your story an ugly win, but it's a win. But I said a bit of my thoughts. But what's your thought? A 1-0 win for Arsenal. Do you think it's a good win, or do you think lucky win?
The story says it all. It's far from a good win. Crystal Palace are the type of team that we need to look to beat convincingly. I mean, I'm not saying that we should disrespect the opposition, but we need to be respectful of ourselves, and the manager needs to be respectful enough of his team and the opposition to put out a proper team. There are a lot of people who will probably say that the decision to play Partey at right back was an absolute masterstroke because it once again added more bite to the midfield. But the biggest problem is that every time he does this inverted nonsense, he leaves the defense stretched. And it would be fine if we were able to score some goals in these first 2 games, but we haven't. Last season, at least, we were scoring some plenty of goals. But even then, we were playing a 4-2-3-1 where, we the defense had enough, cover at least, and we were able to work with that. And especially if we had Tierney coming on for Zinchenko in the second half to tighten things up, that would work. But we don't even have that now because Tierney's fallen so far down the pecking order and out of favour with Arteta. It's disgusting. And even now, we still weren't able to score the goals we needed. We got there through a penalty, which was a perfect penalty. I think Nketiah does deserve some credit for having the presence of mind to take the ball away from Sam Johnston, who had no option but to, try and make the foul because he was committed. And in the end, we never should have allowed ourselves to go down to 10 men. I'm not going to share your views on Tomiyasu in that he's a dreadful defender, but what I will say is that he never ever should have been selected to play play in that position, especially when you consider that that we had better candidates in that position, and the constant overlapping meant that he was always going to be left stranded. He was always going to be stretched, and he ended up being skinned by Jordan Ayew. And
do you think it was a red card though, Manny? Because the throw-in was a bit harsh. He took 6 seconds to take the throw-in, and Havertz took 15 seconds to take the throw-in.
I think once again, Ollie, we see a lot of stupid inconsistencies with regard to the refereeing here, and let's just say that it's high time that we have an ultimatum on VAR. If you're going to use VAR, that has to be the final word, because the technology is meant to help you, not really humiliate you. But the referees have now become so insecure that they can't accept the fact that they got something wrong, and their self-respect and ego is more important than justice and fairness. It's disgusting. So in a nutshell, Ollie, no, it wasn't a good win, and we need to make sure that we show against Fulham that we are much the better team and we can score when we need to. I believe last season we pumped them for 5 goals on aggregate, conceding only 1. And of course, in the reverse fixture, although they did take the lead, we got back to score 2 goals and beat them. So definitely no clean sheet for the ex-Arsenal goalkeeper Bernd Leno. And Fulham aren't really doing too well these days. The way they were pumped for 3 goals by Brentford without Ivan Toney really shows that they're going through a small crisis of confidence, and the uncertainty surrounding Marco Silva isn't helping. They're a team that are ripe to be beaten. And if we don't beat them and beat them convincingly, then I'm going to, you can clip this if you like, we are not going to challenge for the league or win the league.
Yeah, I get what you mean. We do need to beat Fulham convincingly to, challenge for the league. And I agree with you. We're winning games with a 1-goal margin. We can't be doing that. We should at least be winning them by 2 or more. You think about this Palace game, in a reverse fixture, it was a 2-0 victory, and now we've only beaten them 1-0. Sheffield and Nottingham Forest should have been in thrashing. We were 2-0 up, and then we conceded a late goal. But anyway, JPT, I know you're on your break, so I don't know how long you've got left, but get your thoughts on this game, Arsenal with a 1-0 win over Crystal Palace.
It was, like, as you guys pretty much summed it up, not the most convincing win, the scrappy win, but you know what? At the end of the day, the main thing that matters is if you guys get the 3 points at the end of the day, and Arteta did, especially how he took the formation into after going a man down. It didn't look like it was it didn't lose a step. I know that I think they said Crystal Palace was around like 80% possession since then, but they couldn't get past that wall. So they were really disciplined and well organized. Manny got it spot on with the VAR, because I think it was a little harsh, but they do take into consideration accumulation for that, which I would blame more Kai Havertz, because if you're going to waste so much time, you better give the ball to whoever to Tomiyasu faster, or make sure that you give him an open spot to throw it in, because you just wasted, like you said, 15 seconds already. Anything else is just going to give a card. And now with these new rules and what was it then? Now this opening, or the first 2 games, there's been already like 5 or 6 red cards. It's really unusual, and they really have to start coming down on these referees and VAR, because as I just mentioned Liverpool while Manny was talking, was that what's the point of having this if you're just going to go back on what you've given after doing countless reviews, seeing the game multiple game is pointless. And now they're taking back the red card for McAllister, but I'm guessing you guys are going to go to that after I'm gone, because I do, as you mentioned, I do have 15 minutes left on break. But overall,
JPT, before you go though, can we get your thoughts on the Chelsea game before you go?
Yeah, I still have time. I still got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So right, cool. Nothing to write. But yeah, I will. But pretty much, to summarize that game, we played and I can't use the word, but it starts with an S and rhymes with hit. So it was just pretty bad. I mean, I'll blame Poch for that one. And what's the point of throwing Caicedo in when you go a man down, and you're taking out our last healthy fullback who's playing left wing, and there's some people were saying, the Chelsea fans were anti what's going on with this young squad, that like, if this wouldn't have to happen if Todd Bowley or they kept calling him Ted Lasso Bowley, great, really creative, by the way, to like not sell Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, which if that's the case, what are they doing for their new respective clubs? But anyways, I mean, but just to summarize, Arsenal got the win, 6 points, still undefeated. It's not looking very convincing where you guys are mentioning like title challengers. We'll see. It's still early on, 2 games in. If people are coming to conclusions out of a 38 game season, let's calm down. We'll see what happens. You guys are still some time in the window. You guys still need to get a striker, and unless you guys are going to utilize Balogun.
I think Jesus is back in training as well.
Back in perfect, but he does need a backup for that, because if not, it's either Eddie, which I'll give this to Eddie, with the wings on in support, and for Odegaard coming through as a 10. It's kind of hard not to score when you have that support alongside in the attack, but when it comes to the clutch moments, I don't think he's the guy for it, and I know for a fact Kai Havertz is not the guy for it. So I would say that I don't know who you guys are in talks with right now, but and also even though it's not my club, I need some justice for Kieran Tierney, man. I don't know what Arteta has against him, but the fact that he's not playing and staying isolated in the club, if he goes before the window closes, I won't be surprised.
Yeah, he needs to go. Yeah,
and it's not going to be.
Arteta doesn't fit him in his system. Arteta just doesn't respect him. Like you're playing Tomiyasu at left back, Timber at left back. Probably going to play Zinchenko at left back. Now, where's Tierney? He's not accepting to be not on the team. You've got to play him to make him happy. Otherwise, he's tempted to leave. And I think he should go. It's
because they want to do that inverted fullback, system that everyone is just crazy. The hipsters love it. Just keep it simple. I mean, football hasn't changed too much since, when we grew up watching it, from our, parents growing up watching it. It's, strongest offenders starting, no need to do this inverted, going to the midfield. Okay, fine. You want to do that with Zinchenko, that's great. But as for Partey, I get it, he has more freedom to play on the right side, but just have him play alongside with Rice, and that's it. The 4-2-3-1 works great.
Yeah, and get rid of Havertz. I would get rid of Havertz for Partey, and then put them back at right back.
But why Havertz?
And that's the thing. I think Arteta's going to die on this Kai Havertz starting 11 hill, and that's what's going to cost you until and right now you guys are getting lucky that it's not crazy, games for you guys. If this was like the Newcastle cities, even Brighton is killing it right now. I'll give them respect for that. But you guys
Brighton are top of the league, so they're doing well.
Right, but you guys are going against Forest, Palace, next is Fulham, and after that. No disrespect to Man United, but they're looking just as bad as Chelsea right now, and that's because they are not. They still have some missing pieces with the striker, a DM, which I don't know what happens to Amrabat, and I'm not sure what else they're missing, but they are not looking convincing either. So, you guys are good to figure out this whole Kai Havertz issue.
So JPT, I know you don't want to talk about it. Obviously, you drew to Liverpool, and now 3-1 defeat against West Ham. Obviously, I know you've got 50 minutes, and we can talk about other games if you have time. And Kai, we'll get to you as well. I'll get back to you at the United game maybe after. But yeah, JPT, just your thoughts on Chelsea's defeat. Do you think you can, get a win soon? And what's your thoughts on this game?
If we drop any points to Luton, oh my goodness. I mean, and I'm not, disrespecting T-Boy's, club and anything, but this is a win at home. This is supposed to be a win at home. But I'll say this to West Ham, they don't need Rice. Granted, like when you have Edson Alvarez, yes, he came in as a substitute, but James Ward-Prowse, oh my goodness, how they managed to get him from the big 6 clubs is ridiculous, because that guy is a sharpshooter. I call him the Rain because he can just put the ball anywhere he wants. The man just doesn't miss. He is a cheat code. But my thing is that, Moyes, I think he has never lost to Pochettino, but that doesn't excuse why Poch came out with. I mean, look, the back three, fine. If he was comfortable with it, because we were still with pretty much no DM, because not saying Caicedo isn't a proper DM, but he has no preseason training. He is not match fit, and we brought him on at the worst time when Enzo was tired, and then also we're looking for a goal to come and equalize. So besides that, hopefully he goes to a back four system now that Caicedo has more time with the team. I know Lavia is going to not be included in the starting 11 for Luton because he himself is not match fit ready, seeing that I think he wasn't really doing anything throughout all of preseason. So, but this is where I would put blame onto the board for because we were taking our sweet time with getting this Caicedo deal done instead of refusing to give him the 100 mil. Granted, I don't think any player, unless you're going to be at the level of Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, at 100 mil. But that's just the market now to give that at first demand. So I get negotiation, but then if you're going to end up spending an extra 15 mil out of spite to make sure that Liverpool don't get him, that's where you lost the negotiation and you lost the time wasting throughout the preseason, which would have been so valuable unless we get plagued with injuries, because now even Mikhailo Mudryk, along with Chalobah and everyone who's got hurt in training is going to miss. But of course Mudryk is only going to miss this game. He's only going to be out for a couple of days. But yeah, I need to take a look at the medical stats to see why we're just so injury prone. Carney Chukwuemeka, thank goodness it's only 6 weeks that he's going to be gone missing. But I'd rather just have him miss 2 months, let him recover, because that injury looked bad. He couldn't walk off the pitch. So go to just a control 4-2-3-1, and then let Jackson. I know we're missing a Cam right now, and Kudus looks like he's going to West Ham. Just keep it simple. Have Maddison play either as a 10 or as a wing, but Jackson needs that support. This 4-3-3 that we're defaulted to because our lack of a healthy Cam is not going to be suitable for us, at least in my opinion. And if we have to move Enzo as a Cam, that's just going to be a nightmare. Not saying he can't play that, but just have him be as like the 8 or 6, which he's used to. So that's just how I see it. And West Ham, congratulations, respect to the Conference League champions for a reason, because I'll say this, despite our mistakes, they took advantage. That's all you have to do. You got the points.
Yeah. So JPT, always let me know when you have to go, because I'll shout out your socials when you have to go. But yeah,
I still got like 7 minutes. So I'm good.
7 minutes. All right, cool. Carl, we'll go to you now because obviously we haven't really got to you yet. So your team, Man United, lost to Spurs 2-0 after a 1-0 win against Wolves. Yeah, not a good result for Man United. What are your thoughts on the game? Carl, you there?
Yeah, my thoughts on the game. It was a poor game, especially the second half. And also, I still have to blame the ref for that penalty decision. It should have been a penalty for us. That one. But in the second half, Tottenham played like they deserved to win. We played poorly in the second half. And also, we missed a lot of our open chances. So basically, the best team who won were the best team who performed better. But I felt like it should have been maybe a 2-1 loss instead of a 2-0. So that's my thoughts on the game.
Yeah, cool, big up. So what we'll do, we'll go to Manny, and then I think JPT will probably have to go after that because of shout out social. But yeah, Manny, Spurs winning against Man United. What's your thoughts on this game?
As I said on yesterday's stream, it is still too early to make big judgments, but Spurs seem to be heading in a good direction under Postecoglou. And United still have problems, but it won't be anything that Ten Hag can't solve. Because, of course, last season they had an even worse beginning. It went on to finish third and win the League Cup and finish runners-up in the FA Cup. And I think this season, again, he's going to have to work overtime and work a little bit harder to determine which players should fit his system. I know he said that he's quite happy to have Harry Maguire staying, but we still have the September window starting in about a week from now. So there will be an opportunity for him to possibly finalize a move away from the club if he needs first-team football. and there are several others who will probably have their places perhaps in jeopardy, but at the same time know that they can have a chance to perform better than they did the last time around. But Spurs are looking decent, and they're also going to have to make a few changes to their team, try and get Heung-min Son and Richarlison and others more into the game. I'm glad that Perisic is still around, because a large number of Spurs fans, I think, have been only too happy to take him for granted and say that he doesn't lend very much. But he's actually really, he's still very, very much a quality player, and quite pivotal to Spurs' season. So I would say definitely that once Postecoglou gets things in order and starts tweaking the team well, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, and JPT, we'll let you go for your break after this, because obviously I know you've probably still got time, but we'll let you go. But yeah, quickly your thoughts, and then I'll show you. So Man United losing after a 1-0 victory against Wolves, and Spurs winning after a draw as well. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the game? You're muted.
Thank you.
There we go.
As I mentioned earlier, that this is another team that's starting off pretty roughly. I just kind of not as paying attention paid attention to, because they escaped away with the win versus Wolves, which right now that's not saying much. Just because the fact that they managed to get one goal, and I think in their second match was a consolation goal, and also they're still having trouble finding the back of the net. But with this, Manny got a spot on that Ten Hag would get this figured out. I know they're dealing with some distractions on as part of the squad, whether it's Maguire or Greenwood, with what's going on with him. But
Greenwood's
besides
gone
that,
now. Greenwood's
yeah,
gone.
he's gone.
Yeah.
But that does bring like negative attention and what is it, from the media, and it can bring distractions. But I don't think that was too much of a factor. They as I mentioned, that they just needed to address their issues, because Rashford shouldn't be playing up top as much as I advocated for him to be a striker. I think he's just suited as left wing, and just hopefully they find a striker to make this complete. And I'm saying hopefully as what they need, instead of like an opposing fan. But once they address those issues and get this team squared away, they should be back to what we saw last season. It is only 2 games in, so it's too early to prejudge. But it's not a secret that they need to address what they on their 11, that to have a DM and then have a striker. Some Maguire. I mean, I've been keeping tabs on to see that the Saudi Arabia transfer window is open until the 7th of September, because I'm still trying to get Lukaku out of Chelsea as well. But it looks like that's our own Maguire. So it looks like we're going to be stuck with him as well too. But for Spurs, take nothing away, or give credit where it's due, and Ange Ball is here. It's the football is looking great. The movement on the ball is different from what we saw last season. Even without Harry Kane, it's crazy to see what this is coming to. And I will give one. Manny mentioned Perisic, but I will give big respect to the goalkeeper. I never knew his name. I think it's like Victorio.
I think it's Visario, yeah. Vicario, yeah.
He was great. That game.
He got like 8 saves, didn't he? Or something
the Casemiro one he had was just oof. This was a big thing too. Lloris, French, I won't say legend, but definitely give respect to him. One of the better goalkeepers from years ago for in the EPL. But now with this squad, I think maybe if they address one more center back issue. I know they got Mickey Benjamin, or I don't know his last name. I just call him Mickey. That's fine.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Sorry about that.
Bless you, man. But yeah, Spurs, this could be a team to look out for. And what a coincidence, after their 15-year anniversary since they last won anything meaningful, they could win another League Cup. And for next year, just get ready to see their gold lettering kits to celebrate the occasion. But Ali, thank you for
big up JPT for joining. Quickly before you have to go, shout out your YouTube and Instagram. Big up.
The Out of Time podcast, Instagram and YouTube. So catch me on there. We'll be having a stream tomorrow and joining a couple of other streams on Friday. So see me a little bit more active on this week. But starting for next week and the week after, I will be taking some time off from work and then for going on holiday with the missus. So but I will keep in touch and make sure to be in the chat to support the community and you guys. So big up Ollie, big up Kyle, and
Big up
Manny.
Jay, big up, man.
Manny, please take easy on your back. I know
Yeah.
it's hurting when you carry these streams everywhere you go, man. So make sure to get a masseuse or something, acupuncturist, whatever you prefer, man, because you need it. You're hardworking, man. But Ollie, again, big up. Thank you for having me on, my bro.
Big up, man. Big up, JPT.
Cheers, JPT.
Yeah. So before we move on, let's go through these comments from Aiden. So he says, "Big up, lads. Hope you're all okay. We're all okay, man. Big up." And he says, "It's early on the season, but I see Man United missing out on top four because you look at the performance they managed to beat Wolves, when Wolves are the better team, lost to Spurs." And then he also said, "It's not looking good for Man United. Don't get them wrong. We're a good team. They're a good team, but I can't see them getting top four." So, what are your thoughts? Do you think United can get top four, Manny?
Who, United?
Yeah, Man United, because Aiden thinks they won't make top four.
Again, too early to say. You can't rush to that sort of a judgment. I actually think that, as I said, they had an even worse start last season and still recovered. So, you just never know what a team is capable of until you put them in a difficult pickle, as it were. So, I think they still have a chance. I have them finishing third. So,
third.
Yeah, they just need to sort out their issues and and besides, as I always say, Ollie, judge others.
Yeah. Sorry, man, you're going a bit. My internet was probably messed up. You were going a bit funny, but so we'll move on now. So Man City, the champions for the 3 in a row. Hopefully not 4 in a row, but only narrowly beating Newcastle 1-0. We'll go to Carl first. What's your thoughts on this game?
To be honest, I predicted Man City to beat Newcastle, despite them missing a star man, KDB. But I still saw them beating Newcastle. So it was a good victory, and they performed better because we'll have expected them to draw or lose to Newcastle since the star man is away or injured. No, the star man, KDB, is injured. Sorry.
Yeah, well said. Obviously, as you said, Man City without De Bruyne, and that's going to be a big loss for them. So they'll probably have to start Kovacic in all their games until he's fit. But I think he's probably out for a few months, maybe the rest of the season, maybe 8 months or something. But they've still got Haaland, they've still got Edison in goal. They've still got a decent team, good defense. But I think it's similar with Arsenal. You should be beating Newcastle more goals. I think when you're Man City, you've got Haaland in the team. You've got other players that you should be scoring easily against Newcastle. But it is a win, and obviously Man City are looking to make it 4 in a row. Hopefully they don't.
Here's the thing, though. This wasn't really necessarily a good win, but it certainly wasn't a bad win either, because this Newcastle team, let's not forget, completely creamed Aston Villa to the tune of 3-1. 5-1 at St. James's Park. And they're also in the Champions League, and according to many people, they are expected to challenge for top honors this time around as well. So under these circumstances, if you can, City actually had the better of the play. So even if they only scored the 1 goal, it's a credit to how well Newcastle were able to defend. So this is an example of a decent win, but I'm really willing to. We should certainly give the team other teams credit if they're able to play well, but not if they have to huff and puff and blow that and eventually blow the house of a pretty middle of the road team down, if you know what I mean. So that's the way it is.
Yeah, what's the money?
Keep buying a new player.
RS man, big up. How you doing?
Big up.
Yeah. So, Arrest, we've talked about a few games, but we'll go on to, obviously, Man United fan. I know it's hard to talk about it. But Manny said, last season you didn't have the best of starts and you finished third. So, look, you got a win against Wolves, but a 2-0 defeat against Spurs. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, like I said yesterday on my channel, I still trust to turn things around. The midfield's not good enough. It's way too unbalanced. But no, I expect him to turn it around. But like I said, Tottenham were just way better than us, so they deserve to win. Rashford, if I see him playing on the strike again, then I'm going to be disappointed because he is not a striker. First of all, that's not even his position, so I don't know why Tenog's doing that. Luke Shaw, like I said, I'm not a massive fan of. Some United fans call him world class. Yeah, again, I'm not surprised that he's putting in these crap performances. So listen, we've got Forest next. We just really step up, and try.
Do you think you could beat Forest?
Yeah. I think we can.
I
The performance has to increase massively compared to the Wolves game. So yeah, we're just gonna show ourselves what we can do, and I still back Tenog to turn things around.
Yeah.
No, but are we not having like a poor morale, like coming from losing to Burnley 3-0 and then also losing to Spurs 2-0? Do you think that will not affect the players against Nottingham?
I don't think so, because the 3-0 Burnley one, the players that played, they don't usually start, so I'm not too keen on that. So I expect us to turn it around, and obviously there's a 60-minute sit-in protest after the game, so let's just see what happens. But listen, Glazers out as always, but we still got to win. We need to buy midfielders. There's 1 week left starting from today. There's 1 week left, but yeah, listen.
Yeah.
If we don't get Amrabat in, then listen, we're not getting top 4. How about that?
Do you still think you need a striker, or is it probably midfielders the priority now? Because
I think
obviously you've got Hoyland,
Oli, I think because obviously Mount's injured for 6 weeks now. I think if you look at this year, if Casemiro was to get injured, let's just say if Casemiro was to get injured, our only replacement is McTominay, and that's it. Because we sold Fred.
Yeah.
Eriksen, he's not Casemiro's position. So realistically and simply, we need to get a midfielder in. I want to, but obviously, I don't know what's going on with Gravenberch, but
it depends if you're getting a good midfielder. If you're getting a good midfielder, maybe one. But if you're getting another,
Amrabat is the one, and
Fiorentina,
they want this to happen because they're putting him out by himself to training by himself. So clearly, obviously, they've seen that Amrabat he doesn't want to stay at Fiorentina. So they want this deal to happen. So I don't know what's going on, because half of this fan base said John Myrtle madness, or whatever it's called. When let's look at this year, he's got 3 players in before the start of the season. 2 of them are injured already.
Yeah.
One of them, obviously, that's a brilliant signing, but 2 of them injured. How does that make sense? For me, I said it wasn't good enough. Those 3 signings, I wanted more signings. So listen, I don't know what's going to happen in these next 7 days. If we don't bring in a midfielder, we could be in deep trouble. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't bring a midfielder, you'll probably keep on losing these games. So you want to, But let's go through the comments now. A few comments from Aiden. He says, I'm actually surprised this game was
Big up, Aiden.
I think he said that for Man City game. And he says, arrest, big up, bro. Yeah, big up, man.
Yeah, big up.
And big up Coach's Corner in the chat. Big up, Hannah. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, you've got to stream at 8, so probably have to go soon. But big up, Hannah, for joining. Arrest as well. We'll go back to you again because we talked about this game. Arsenal getting a win over Crystal Palace. So yeah, I mean, me and Manny were talking about, we shouldn't be winning one by 1 goal. We need to be winning more. But yeah, what was your thoughts on this game? Do you think it was a lucky win for
Arsenal?
Me,
I always say 3 points is 3 points. You have to fight and fight hard for these 3 points. And so that's what you guys did. You fought hard. See, you went 10 man and then defended for your life. So that's what football is. If you can get the 3 points, then you should move on. So that's what Arsenal fans and Arsenal in general should do. So listen, I saw part of it. I thought, Crystal Palace had something in there, but listen, Arsenal, you know what? They had chances, and listen, they got the 3 points. See, they got Fulham and then they play us. So yeah, listen, it could
Just
be.
a question: did you see the red card, or did you not see that?
I saw the red card. I think
Do you
it is
think
a
it
red
was a red card?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was.
The thing is, though, it was a bit harsh because I told everyone else Havertz took 15 seconds to take the throw in. Tomiyasu took 6, and he got the yellow card. And then obviously, the foul that he did was a bit harsh. Obviously, he was through on goal, but I think it was just a push. It wasn't really, card worthy. I don't think. But listen, I think as Manny said, these referees need to improve. Like, and especially the VAR, they need to stop playing Fortnite and look at the game, watch the game, see what happens, make a decision, and help the referee. The referees are useless, especially, you think obviously disappointed for England, but you look at the referee in that game, she was really, going for Spain. Like, she must have had Spanish heritage or something because she gave them a penalty. She almost gave them every foul they got, and she didn't do that for England. So, yeah, these referees do need to tighten up, and I think they need to.
No. Ole. I'm sorry, son, but I'm going to disagree. I think the referee got the decision spot on. The penalty was a correct decision because, according to the letter of the law, it hit fingers. That is a part of the hand. That there were no, discrepancies with the way she refereed the game. Every single decision was the correct one. It hurts me to say this because I wanted to see the Lionesses win. I was rooting for them. But, that's football and you got to deal with it. Simple as that. Yeah,
but man, I was talking like she gave many fouls to Spain, but not many to England. That's what I was saying.
No. Well, what I saw when we were doing the watch along, there weren't that many fouls that could be given by the referee. So she got many practically all of her decisions spot on. No complaints.
Oh,
sorry, Manny. Is Manny frozen?
Yeah, I think he is.
Manny's gone. Maybe that's something wrong with
he'll
his
join back.
internet.
He'll join back. Don't worry.
Maybe it's a power trip. That's always his excuse, but he'll join back. I've got a comment here. He said, "Oh, big up in the chat here. Football Overseas says, big up everyone on the stream. Big up, Carl, man. And by the way, guys, I do obviously say this, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you're new. We're trying to get 1.1k before the end of the year, and let's try and do that by staying subscribed, and sharing it to your friends and family of the channel. So yeah. Another comment. Oh, Manny's back. Here we go. Should be all right now. Manny, all right now?
Yeah. Just had a few issues with the Wi-Fi and decided to come back. Now I know what to do whenever I have these ridiculous problems.
Yeah, I think something happened. Like you were frozen, and then I don't know what.
Yeah, it's annoying, son. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on now. We've got a few games to talk about. What should we talk about next? We'll talk about Liverpool now. Obviously, the stupid red card of McAllister, and obviously they were 1-0 down as well. We'll start with the rest. What's your thoughts in this game?
Yeah. Liverpool, obviously. The red card thing, I don't know, man. I've seen it back and back. I think it's a yellow card, not a red card, but yeah. Other than that, good 3 points for Liverpool. However, I do expect them to struggle this season because I don't think they have a good CDM. I know they signed one, but I don't think he's good enough. But yeah, I just think Liverpool won't have a good season for me. They can prove me wrong, but what I see is there's lack of depth in midfield for me, in my opinion, because CDM they've only got one, maybe two, because McAllister, I don't know why he's playing that, but yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from Liverpool, but yeah, Bournemouth, they always seem to have a bad game when they play against Liverpool. So listen, it is what it is. Liverpool, obviously today with the news of Salah. Well, I don't know if it's true or not.
Wait, Salah's leaving?
Wait, there was one report saying that he might go to Saudi, but I'm still going to wait until concrete sources. But yeah, other than that,
I would say that all of these links to Saudi are just a bunch of, pot stirring stories, and I wouldn't give them any credence whatsoever. The Saudis like to think that they're going to be the new IT league, but I'll tell you what, most of the players that are joining that league are either, comparatively run-of-the-mill players, or else they're near the end of their careers. So I really have no hopes that the quality of football will really be something to shout about. But, I could be wrong. Maybe they'll produce something special, but...
Because you think about it, the players who have gone there, Benzema, Ronaldo, Mendy, all these players are very old. I mean, some of them, Henderson's gone there. I'm not really sure. Is he quite young?
He's getting a little bit old, and I
Yeah.
actually was never really, eager to, or was not. I really don't understand why he would have even considered, going over there, especially since, he has an England career to think of. But, maybe he wanted that financial security for his children, the chance to work with his old mate Steven Gerrard again.
Yeah.
It's a stupid decision, and I personally think that should be the end of his England career. But Gareth Southgate might think otherwise, especially if Calvin Phillips is still not quite up to snuff.
Well, as I've said before, Gareth Southgate only picks his friends. He doesn't pick anyone who's in form. Like, he picks Pickford over Ramsey, he picks Maguire over Tomori. Like, he just doesn't respect any of the players. He doesn't base them on form. He just picks the people that he likes.
No, but listen, I mean, that's no different to many other managers. I mean, and let me tell you one thing. One of the reasons why Ramsdale might not get picked for England is that when he made one appearance against Hungary in the Nations League, he was absolutely abysmal that day, while Pickford has never put a foot wrong for England. So, if it isn't broken again, don't fix it. And Pickford has never let England down.
I know this is a bad example.
There could come a time, though, Ollie, when maybe, form will be... a criteria once again. But until then, I just don't see it happening.
I mean, Ramsdale did make an appearance against San Marino, but that's San Marino, and it was probably, But I do want to see Ramsdale start one game, whether it's like a friendly game or whatever. I just want to see what he's like. And I know you made an example about the Hungary game. Maybe he just had an off day. Maybe the defense wasn't looking good. But I do want to, if Pickford retires or if he leaves or Gareth Southgate doesn't seem to want to play him anymore, I do want to see Ramsdale play, because obviously he's Arsenal's number one and he's been picked in, reserves and second choice in the England team. So I just want to see him start in one game, any game, but Pickford's going to be picked every time. But yeah, Manny, I think what we'll do now, we'll go through the games quickly after this game. But what's your thoughts on the Liverpool win?
Yeah, I was going to come to that, actually.
Yeah.
Again, too early to judge. Liverpool are obviously going to go through a few teething problems trying to get their team to really gel. But the forward line last season took some time to gel after the departure of Sadio Mane, but they look good now. So it shouldn't be too long before the midfield also gels. I mean, losing McAllister is a bit of a blow in some ways, but they will probably find a way to deal with it. I do definitely believe that Klopp was a little bit lazy in terms of not being able to, see that he'd be having such a huge exodus from the midfield and try and, be more proactive in terms of redressing that balance. But they're still in September window to try to set things right. And somebody like a James Ward-Prowse, who was brilliant for West Ham with the assists, would have been a bit of an asset. And it makes me angry, Ollie, that we ended up, going for paying through the nose for Kai Havertz when we could have had cheaper options and more effective options, better value for our money, better, prizes for our pound, as it were, in Ward-Prowse or even Maddison. And, we just have to take our medicine and put up with it, I guess.
No, but do you believe that Liverpool get worse when Salah leaves Liverpool?
I don't think he will. It's just, a bunch
believe
of...
he will.
I don't think so. I think it's a case of pot stirring, really, and he knows how good Liverpool have been to him all these years. He's experienced some of his greatest triumphs and even personal disappointments with them. There is a part of me that wonders what would have been if he hadn't have injured his shoulder in that 2018 Champions League final. But then we can't blame him for Loris Karius being absolutely awful between the sticks, can we?
Right, let's go through some of the games quickly now. We're not going to talk about them, but Forest getting a win over Sheffield. Forest are probably my second team in the Premier League, so it's good them getting a win after losing against Arsenal. Brentford getting a 3-0 win over Fulham. Not clean sheet for Leno for conceding 3 goals.
Quick mention of Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Don't be too hasty to write them off. I think I remember saying that they'd finished 19th, but the spirit they showed to, take the game to Forest whenever they possibly could and hold on for what should have been a draw, only for Chris Wood to say, not today, chaps. I think if they continue to play this way, they could surprise a few teams, and maybe we could have a tougher relegation fight on our hands. We never know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Brighton obviously on fire at the moment, beating Wolves 4-1. And finally, Aston Villa with a 4-0 victory of Everton. So we're probably going for another 10 minutes. Obviously, we've got to do socials, but we're going to preview some of the games that obviously we'll start with Man United because we've got 2 Man United fans. So Man United playing Forest. We'll just get quick predictions and stuff like that. But Arrest, we'll start with you and then we'll go quick predictions. So thoughts on the game? What's your prediction for the game?
Yeah. My thoughts. Listen, I think, you know what? We'd need to win. We need to bounce back from that defeat. But, yeah, listen, now Mount is out. I'm more confident now. I don't wish no players on injuries, by the way, but now I'm confident that the midfield can be, hopefully not overrun, but sorry, now I'm back. With Ericsson, I don't know, man, but so that's what I mean.
Yeah, I think his internet might be down, perhaps.
Yeah, I also
No,
think the same.
I think someone's come in his room or something. Maybe he's turned off his camera. Hope he's gone.
Maybe.
Manny, what's your prediction for this game then? Just quick prediction.
Should be a farm United win. I'm going to go 2-0. I don't think United will score too many, but Forest aren't going to be able to, find the net that easily either. They're going to depend a bit too much on our knee, and if you shut off our knee and Johnson, you pretty much shut down their attacks. So I trust Ten Hag to have a plan for that.
Forest, you back?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, just a quick prediction for the game then, and we'll talk.
Prediction, I'm going to go with 2-0 United. Hopefully, we take our chances. Obviously, I think, 2-0. Hopefully, players are playing in the right position this time.
Oh, that's all right. So, Carl, what's your prediction for this game?
It should be 2-1. Man United.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. I think it'll be 2-1. I know it could be a clean sheet for United, but I feel like someone like Anawi will get a goal. Maybe even Alanga if he plays. But I think Forest will score, but they won't win. Man United probably maybe a Bruno goal if Rashford if he starts. But I don't like Rashford as striker. I think Arrest has made that clear as well. He isn't a striker. He's more of a winger. Højlund's out as well. So it is, Rashford's clearly going to have to play striker for a while if Højlund isn't back. But I don't really see you signing a striker, so I don't really know who you're going to play at striker. So you're going to have to play Rashford, but maybe change the team a little bit. Who? Martial, yeah, but he's quite injury prone, really.
No, but he's fit to play against Nottingham, though.
So he might play against Nottingham Forest.
I'm saying is he not fit? Against Nottingham.
He's fit, but I don't know if he's going to start.
All right, we'll move on now. We're going to wrap up soon, guys. I know, obviously, Arrest has talked about it. We will be ending soon, so don't worry about that. We'll try and get to the hour mark maybe, but we'll see. But finally, before I got a comment, but I'll read it out before we finish this. So, Manny, I'll start with you because obviously you're an Arsenal fan. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal. What's your prediction for the game?
Should be 3-1 for me. I want to make sure that they take it seriously and really, make sure they go all out because you can clip me on this, and I don't care if we fail to beat Fulham convincingly by at least 2 goals. We can kiss goodbye our chances of winning the league.
It's a bit early to say that, Manny. Though it's only 3 games in. If we don't.
But listen. Let's not forget that in addition to all of these supposedly easier games against run-of-the-mill opposition, we've also got our next home game after that being
Yeah.
Manchester United. And in as much as we may have a decent home record against them, Orest will probably tell you that records are meant to be broken. And the way we're set up tactically, I think Ten Hag is a much smarter and savvier coach than Arteta, so he will have a plan to try and combat that particular formation. And that's the game we certainly can't afford to take lightly. We've also got the North London derby at home. We've got to play Manchester City at home. So, again, not necessarily to talk of free hits, but if we weren't able to, exert our supposed superiority over City last season, I don't know what we can do this season. I mean, granted, City may be slightly weaker, but we haven't exactly strengthened too much in the transfer market either. And with the exception of Rice and maybe to some extent Timber before he got injured, our new signings for the most part haven't exactly hit the ground running.
Exactly,
so we may have to depend on more business in September, perhaps, or we'll have to see how it goes. Even in September, we had the chance to sign Douglas Luiz. Aston Villa were preparing for Douglas Luiz's departure by getting Bednarek on loan and buying Dendoncker, but we ended up not going for Luiz in the end. So we need to make sure that we have better activity in the transfer market and be more proactive. Otherwise, if we dawdle, once again, we're going to have our school lunch taken away from us.
I think you're being a bit harsher. Declan Rice is a good bring, and obviously replacing Xhaka. You think of Raya.
I said Declan Rice was good and certainly
and Havertz
well. I'm not saying otherwise. No, I don't agree. I think
he's an
Havertz
extra
has to do.
Oli, Havertz is not good. Be honest, man.
Havertz has to do a lot more for me. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
No.
Orest, what's your prediction for Arsenal Fulham?
Listen, as Manny said, I completely agree with him. If you don't batter Fulham by more than 2 goals, then listen, that is a bit worrying. So I expect Arsenal to win at least. I think I'm going to go with 3-0 Arsenal. I think Saka's going to get a goal. I think Odegaard's going to get one, and I think I'm going to go with Martinelli. But yeah, listen, 3-0 Arsenal. Obviously, you got the United game afterwards. I'm not looking forward to that. Honestly, I'm not. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys should be winning this.
And then, Carl, what's your prediction for Arsenal Fulham?
I want Arsenal to lose so that they go into the Man United game.
Oh dear.
So they go into the Man United game not feeling so confident. But I'll like to say Arsenal will win like 3-0.
Okay, 3-0. So before we end, let's go through some of the comments. Football FC, share the live stream with your friends and family. Let's hope 3,000, not 1,000. I've already got 1,100. But they got good win for Liverpool. I expect them to get top 4. And brilliant, honest is second team. I'm so glad they went on to Newcastle with a brilliant game. I hate Forest, what they did to us in the playoff final. So I hope they batter these. So I'm gonna go 4-0 Man United. And then he says 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, fair enough. I think Fulham will probably score. But yeah, we've talked about all the games or most of the games. Big up JPT for joining earlier as well. And obviously, it isn't the panel we would have liked. I would have preferred more people in the stream, but it has been a good stream regardless. Big up everyone in the comments as well. Big up Orest Talks Football. Big up Football Overseas, Aiden, and Coach's Corner. I know Coach's Corner got a stream in 2 minutes, so I'm going to end now. But before we go, of course, you guys have to shout your channels out. And obviously, Manny, we don't know you have a YouTube yet, but just shout out your socials.
Yeah, socials. Instagram and Threads. Manny Thangadrai 1981. That's my full name and my year of birth. Twitter, or X as it's now called, Thangadrai 1981. That's my surname and my year of birth. YouTube. Catch me on several channels. Big up to DJ SINCLAIRO. Also catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV, Orest Talks Football, Coach's Corner, Up the Cherries in all departments, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, also AFC Talk Show TV, Villa TV. Big up to Eugene Spurs Asia TV. I was supposed to do a stream with him today, but due to circumstances, I couldn't do so. But whenever I come on his channel as more of the mellowed Arsenal fan who comes in peace, it's always a good discussion and a good crack. And I'm always happy to join in with him, and several other channels. Can't really name them at present, but I'll send you a check in the post. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thanks a lot for being a part of this. You're the ones who make this video and Ollie's channel what they are. Have a good, have a great Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the sports on offer. Don't do anything that, Ollie, the panel, and I wouldn't do. But see everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Okay, Carl, I'll get to you. Your socials, but RS, now your turn. Obviously, YouTube and anywhere else.
Yeah, YouTube, Arsenal's Football. You can catch me on there, where I did a stream last night, Game Week review. My preview for Game Week 3 will be out tomorrow, same timing, 8 p.m. So make sure you do tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. And yeah, big up family on Instagram, Arsenal's Football, Twitter, well, X now, at Arsenal Footy. So yeah, big up.
And finally, Football Overseas. Okay, Carl, where can we find you?
You can subscribe to me on YouTube at Football Overseas. You can also follow me on Instagram at _FOYT 2019 _ and that's my socials.
Big up, man.
Big up, Ollie.
Yeah, big up. And then I'll shout out mine. So yeah, you can find me on here, just SINCLAIRO, but you can also catch me on Arrestox Football, Villa TV, AFC Talk Show, Coach's Corner, many others as well. Delborg on TV as well, so not forgetting him, but a few others as well. But yeah, catch me here on DJ SINCLAIRO. Make sure you guys do subscribe on the road to 1,100 before the end of the year. I think we're currently on 1,076, so they keep going down, but they will go up hopefully soon. Yeah, DJ SINCLAIRO on YouTube, Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair556, and Aaron Scorams at fanpage 1. TikTok, Ollie's up at 556. Anywhere else, or Mixcloud, I've got a mix coming out tomorrow. DJ SINCLAIRO 556, no spaces, all capitals, and then 556. And then SoundCloud, DJ SINCLAIRO, and anything else or Twitter or X, as you guys have said, DJ SINCLAIRO lowercase. And I'll try to be more active on there, getting some content out on there, maybe some posts and reposting stuff. So I'll try. Yeah, that's mainly it. Instagram, Snapchat, PlayStation, whatever. Just please do personally DM me that on Ollie.Sinclair556. On the road to 1K on both accounts. Hit 800 recently on both accounts. But yeah, please do subscribe and follow my other socials. So yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend and Good Friday. Obviously, Friday tomorrow, some people's favorite day of the week, just before the weekend. Just want to say also big up Villa TV, who joined a bit late. We're ending now with Bailey. So anyway, big up guys for watching. Big up the panel. Big up Manny, of course, for joining Arsenal fan. We always love having Manny on. It's good to have him back. And of course, the rest who's back from his holidays. Really good to have him back on, and Carl as well. But as I said, I mentioned a few people like DJ Crazy, Joel, Josh. They all couldn't join, but hopefully they can join next stream. Hardeep as well. I'd love for him to join, but I think he's busy as well. So yeah, hopefully next stream we get more panelists. We not to say I've not enjoyed the stream. We've had a great stream, and it's really good to have some guests. But yeah, Carl's left now. But yeah, you can find him on Football Overseas on Instagram. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the guests, Manny, Orest, Carl, and JPT as well. And obviously, I'm Ollie, the host. So if you didn't know my name, make sure you guys do subscribe if you're new. Like this stream. But for now, good night. Have a good Friday and weekend. Next stream will probably be next week at some point, probably a bit earlier because the rest is back from holiday, so we can do apart from work days, you can do any day. So yeah, big up guys. Have a good weekend. Come on, you Gunners, and see you soon.
Time you stay for me. Outside we lose, we give them chills, we hit the